MAPOP Sports. This is Grandy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Appreciate you guys checking out this video, checking out the channel. If you guys are returning, welcome back, guys. Hopefully everybody's having a good week. Appreciate you guys just tuning in, man. Weekends here, Fridays here. I've been working pretty hard all week after the family trip vacation. I've been trying to get back into the listings. That's the biggest thing, is that getting that momentum going and trying to list more and more, because I feel like success comes when I list more, get the inventory out there so people can see, and that's what I've been trying to do, and hopefully I'm going to be doing that the next couple days over the weekend. I know it's Father's Day weekend. Maybe I have some time, maybe I don't know, we'll see. And then I'm just going to be doing that really pretty hard next week, but then I got to gear up for a show. So make sure you guys stop by if you're in the Denver area. It's going to be in the Thornton area. It's a suburb of Denver, just north. It's a new location for the Denver Card Show. I got a small table, swing by. If you guys are in the area, if you got a chance, come say hi. Let's talk some sports, guys, and pick yourself up a cheap sports cards from me too. So other than that, let's jump into it this week, guys. I want to do a Q&A this week. There was questions. I haven't done this in quite some time. I know I've been pretty busy, so I want to do a little bit of a Q&A today. I won't make too long of a video. So number one, somebody asked, what's the hardest part of selling sports cards for a living? There's a lot of hard parts, but this is my personal opinion or personal experience, what I've felt like in the past couple months. The hardest thing has been dealing with the ebbs and flows of sales in general. One day, 1 week, I have a great week, and I think I'm doing something right and I'm moving in the right direction. The next day, literally the next day or the next week, sales, literally go down by 50%. I think sports cards, I feel like sales are really a roller coaster, really huge ups and downs, and dealing with that and that stress level, especially me, because luckily, like I said, I have a wife who has a full-time job, but me trying to run this business and trying to really start this from the ground up and having that pressure to try to make this work and be able to put food on the table and everything, that stress level and dealing with it, that's the most difficult part. And anybody knows, if you're in sales and if your livelihood depends on sales in any industry, it doesn't necessarily have to be sports card, any industry, that stress level, it's very hard to deal with. Granted, it's not physical labor. I understand sales is not physical labor, but mentally and the stress that you put on yourself as a salesperson, every entrepreneur, and keep in mind, every small business, sales is critical. I don't care what industry you're in, whether you're selling a service, a product, it doesn't matter. If you're running your own business, if you don't have sales, if you don't have marketing, if you don't have any of that, you don't have a business. So, and the stress level when your livelihood depends on it, even though you're doing something you completely love, it gets to you, it wears you down, and just the ability for me to get over that day in, day out, that's been the hardest part, but it's still work in progress, and I'm still going away. I'm still grinding away as hard as I can on that to make this happen. So I would say that's the hardest part, is just dealing with the stress and the ups and downs of sales. It's really difficult, but it's just the nature of the beast, guys. So I'm not complaining on that. Shows an eBay inventory. How do I separate them? So that's a great question. I think I did a video on this previously. I think somebody was asking about this because they do shows in person. They sell on eBay, and they have their dollar boxes does really well and everything. So I'm gonna flat out tell you, if you do anything from $1, $3, $5, even $10 boxes, my thoughts are, and my recommendation, this is just for me personally to you, is keep your inventory separate. Anything that's under $10, if you have those, multiple cards of boxes, I would keep it separate from your inventory from eBay. It's too hard for you, especially when somebody's going through and they pick out 10 cards all of a sudden from the dollar, or they pick out 20 cards from the dollar, 10 cards from the $5, another 4 cards from the $10 or $3 box, whatever the box is, and then you're gonna have to go into your eBay store or ComC or wherever you have it on, or McCarty, wherever you're selling it on, or even if you're Whatnot store, and then take it all off. It's really difficult to do and track. So anything like that, if you do in a multiple types of boxes, separate your inventory is what I recommend. Personally, I don't keep any of my dollar cards, $3 cards, $5 cards, $10 cards that have my eBay store completely separate from what I do at the shows. At my shows, I usually do slabs right now currently and wax. So I keep some of them are on my eBay store, and some of them I do for the show only. But I do have some for both slab wise. If you're kind of the higher end stuff, those are simple and easy to track, because if it's a higher end slab, if it's a $50 to $100 card or whatever, typically I can just go in, type it in real quick on my eBay app on my phone, and just delist it. So that's where I think I have an advantage, I feel like. But separate the inventory on the lower end stuff, higher end stuff. If you want to keep both, that's fine. Just make sure as soon as you sell that card, take that off of your eBay or whatever the case store. Now, your inventory, you also have to keep in mind, if you have it on auction, do not bring that to the store. Do not bring that to the show. If you're going to sell that card at a show, if you're on auction, that means somebody's already bidding on it. So keep that in mind. Unless you have no bids on it. That's the biggest thing. Because if you have bids on it, that means somebody was going to buy that card already, even if it's at the lowest price possible. Don't be an a-hole and try and sell that, and don't sell it to the person online bidding. I think that's dirty business. Don't do that, guys. Not cool at all. Because if you bring it to the show and then you have it on auction and it's not going to sell for what you're thinking, and then you think you get to do better at the show, whatever, don't do that, man. Karma will catch up to you guys if you do shit like that. I just don't think you should do that, because somebody who's auctioning, they're willing to pay for it. That's your buyer customer base. I wouldn't burn them in that sense. So just to let you guys know on that. So try to keep those separate, but everything else, if it's a buy it now or best offer, I think it's okay as long as you take it off as soon as you sell it at the show, and vice versa. So because if you sell stuff on your eBay, you better take it off of the showcase at the show, right? Simple as that, guys. So all right. Stickers for sale. Do I have any stickers for sale? I don't. I do have some stickers, and what I've been telling everybody is if you buy a card that's $20 or more on my eBay store, I'll send a sticker with this, with the order, guys. I've been doing that for everybody if you haven't realized it. But if you spend like $20 or more, I actually just throw in a sticker in there on the order. If you're going to be at the show, at the Denver Card Show, I'll be there. I'll have a few more stickers left. The MAPOP sports stickers, if you guys want some of those, so swing on by on that. How often do I send to graders? So I used to send on a weekly by weekly basis. I've actually kind of, I wouldn't say cut that down, but what I've actually done is kind of send it maybe about twice a month, maybe 3 times a month, depending on my inventory, how fast I'm going and how many shows I have, so that I can prepare for it. And then on top of that, I've been really more selective on what I've been sending to graders. So previously, if you guys go look at my previous videos, I was sending all kinds of stuff to grade, some cool inserts, things like that, back then, value-wise, it made sense. Even if it came back a 9, I would get my money's back or a little bit of profit. But now with the way the I guess you can say the industry is and what people are valuing, PSA 9s or SGC 9s just aren't cutting it anymore. So you gotta be more specific and more selective of what you send to grade. So right now I've been sending it maybe about twice to 3 times a month right now to get graded with PSA or SGC. Probably SGC maybe once a quarter now, just depending on whatever card makes sense to send to them. I don't submit to Beckett yet. Value's not there to me or anybody else, Tag or any. PSA is going to give you the biggest bang for your value currently. If things change, I will change with it. That's the biggest thing. Got to be able to adapt. But be more selective. I've learned to do that. I wish I would have done that. I wouldn't say I wish I would have done that before, because I made money off of those inserts in the cards. So I wouldn't say that. It's just that you have to change with the way the industry and what people are valuing. So that's how often I submit to send. USPS ESE issues and the scanning and machining and USPS scanning. So have I been having some issues? Yes and no. I would say less than 1%, about the 1%, less than 1%, I would get like I didn't receive my card type deal. So as long as it's under the 1%, I'm okay with. You just kind of deal with it, especially with the volume value. The volume I'm selling on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. If I'm getting maybe one of those every 200 cards, I know it sucks, but that's 0.5% or less. So is what it is. Is it the USPS losing the mail, damaging it, or is it the people scamming me, I guess. I mean, it happens because if you send it ESE, doesn't also always scan in that it's been delivered, even though it has. So I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully they're good people. And I know those are the people who get scammed the most, like me. You know, you try to look in the good of people, but you have to, or else otherwise it'll drive you nuts. So, and then also I think somebody was mentioning to me about the ESE. If you use the ESE, everything gets scanned. I talked to the manager. I talked to the USPS people. So this is the thing. ESE, there's the 1 ounce and the 3 ounce one. The 1 ounce is like 64 cents. The 3 ounce is like $1.12. Okay. Everything gets scanned that's at the 64 cents. This is the thing. So I asked them directly. Unless they're lying to me, unless whatever the case may be, then whatever your case is or your location might be different. But this is my Denver location hub. So anything is that 1 ounce ESE, eBay, standard envelope gets scanned. All gets scanned, okay, guys? It gets machined, if that's what you want. So it goes through the machine, it goes bzz, bzz, all through. So you got to make sure it's bendable in a sense, okay? Everything that is 3 ounce, not everything. If you put it that it's a 3 ounce ESE, which is like the $1.12 cost, put on that envelope, do not machine, do not bend. Does it guarantee it won't get machined? No. They are not supposed to machine it though, because it's supposed to be non-machinable. If you write there, do not bend, do not machine, it's not machinable, they are supposed to hand sort those. Doesn't always happen, I understand that. But I'm just letting you guys know they are not supposed to. So there you guys go. That's why you pay that additional. So it's because it's non-machinable. They're supposed to hand sort those. So I just want to let you know, this is from the horse's mouth at the Denver District Hub manager I spoke to themselves. So if your locations is different, if they scanned even the 3 ounce, then shit, that sucks. And then it could happen. I don't know. But I talked to them. I sat them down. I'm like, look, confirm this for me. And they did confirm it for me. So just to let you guys know on that. But like I said, as long as it's less than 1%, is what it is, man. Is low-end card still worth the time to list on eBay or any other, you're going to sell online, whatever? If you have a scanner. If you don't have a scanner, no. I wouldn't list it unless you just love listing cards one by one that are worth 99 cents. If you have the time to do that, then yeah. It's worth it, I guess, if you can sell it. But in reality, if you don't have a scanner, if you don't have an ability to list hundreds of cards quickly, to me, anything that's like low end, less than $2 or $3, and if you're looking to scan it one by one without a scanner, to me, not worth the time, not worth the hassle. But if you have the time to do it, go right ahead. But to me, in my situation, if I didn't have a scanner, I wouldn't be listing those types of cards. So. Another question was on my eBay auction, buy it now. Which one do I do most, and do I promote? Right now, currently, I do primarily everything is buy now or best offer. I do best offer and everything on all my buy it nows. So feel free, check out the eBay store. Links in the description. Make an offer on anything. I'm always willing to deal. And I'll see what I can do for you guys on that. But do I do any auctions? I have in the past. Does it work? It'll work to move some stuff. But to me, I think the best bang for your buck is do the buy it now and the best offer. I feel like, it could stay on there forever. Auction is good. It just depends on your situation and what you're looking to do. Auction is good just to move inventory, because if you just put it at whatever dollar auction, you start at $1, $5, whatever the case may be. And if it's, sometimes you'll get more, sometimes you'll get less. Some people I've seen are very successful doing auctions only, because the ones that they sell for a vast amount covers the ones that they don't make as much. Currently, I just feel like the buy now, best offer is best for me, for my situation. I get to interact with the buyers. I get to set my price point. That's where I want to be on this specific card, whatever. So there's no issues with that versus selling a card on auction and then you get reamed when you don't make enough, or you don't get what you thought you were going to get on that, or even to cover your expenses on that. So Currently, buy it now, auction-wise, not a bad deal. I've seen people be successful. I would play around with it and see what works for you. Who knows? I may go back to doing a little bit more auction here and there. So I do it once in a while just to let you guys know on that. But that's just kind of where I'm at. Do I promote? I promoted before. I feel like, does it get more eyes? Yes, it gets more eyes in your item. Does it actually sell the item faster or better? I don't believe so. I feel like whether I promote it or not, I feel like the sales are about the same. I didn't know. I guess I didn't really jot down the numbers, which I probably should have, but I didn't really jot down the numbers to see if I sold more by promoting or not, or you know. But my experience, my thinking was it was about the same. It didn't really change that fact. But more eyes were viewing the item, but is it the right people to view the item? That's the biggest thing. So who knows on that. Last but not least, weird question, but I'll answer it. Asian parents. Obviously, I'm Asian, right? Do my parents love what I do for a living? Do they have thoughts on that? So I don't know if this was a younger person asking me that question, but I'm freaking 43, turning 44 years old. If my parents really had an issue for what I do for a living, and I have 4 children that I'm raising, that's on them, man. I'm a grown-ass adult, so I do my own damn thing. It's whatever, right? My mom actually, God bless her soul, she goes, just do whatever it takes to take care of your kids, man. She goes, that's priority number 1, making sure that you're able to take care of the kids back there and make sure that they're okay. And they could care less about what I do for a living in reality. They just want to make sure I raise good people, right? In regards to what my friends and family members think, family members probably are just wondering what is going on. This guy's selling sports cards for a living. Friends are kind of, whatever. They're just like, hey, how's the sports card industry going? I tell them I'm doing all right. My in-laws, on the other hand, I think they kind of frowned upon, like, whatever, this is just a phase that I'm going through doing sports cards. But I'm like, this is a long ass phase. It's been over a year, guys. So it's whatever, man. But in reality, man, I don't give a shit. This is the thing, man. As long as I can put food on the table and take care of my family, whatever I do, I really don't care what people say or think. Even if my parents, I love them to death, no matter what happens, if they were to just hate what I do for a living, it still wouldn't change the fact of what I do for a living, because it's what I do. They raised me to be independent thinker and not worry about what people think or judge me. So there you guys go, man. Other than that, man, I know it's a long video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys picked a little bit of something up, great. If not, hey, appreciate you guys still watching the video. Other than that, if you guys like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. Till next time, have a good weekend, guys. I'll see if I can get some more videos going on this weekend, but we'll see. It's Father's Day weekend. I want to golf. I want to hang out with the kids, so we will see. Other than that, till next time.
Bye. Go Caitlin Clark.
Go Caitlin Clark.